Morning. So I've done a lot of thinking, and one of the things that's become really clear to me in the last few days and the last few weeks, especially doing this 8-week diet. Okay, so I've just finished my 8-week diet, and the last week, I tell you, has been a real roller coaster. Okay, I'm coming up to my holiday on Sunday. I've got that to look forward to. Hi, Genna. You all right? And I think what's happened is other things have started to take priority. So I've got down to a kind of a body fat percentage which I'm a lot happier with. I've lost over a stone in weight doing this diet. Okay, but do you know when you're dieting and then you have something that you shouldn't have, something that's a bit off plan, and then you have times where you just go, well, I've had that one thing, I might as well have everything now, get it over and done with and start again tomorrow. Okay, I know that is so counterproductive, it's unreal, because you just end up doing more harm than good in terms of the amount of calories you're taking in, and actually the potential weight gain that you could get from that, or potential halting of any progress. But that's exactly what this week has been like for me. Now I know this, but sometimes in your head there is something else, something uncontrollable maybe, that says, just do it, just be happy. Now, we normally associate, and emotionally, if you're an emotional eater, you'll get this. If you've got an addictive personality, you'll get this as well. When you are really happy, you want to celebrate, you want to have some nice food. Now, nice is food that is not normally in your diet. So you'll go out and buy something extra. It may even be you want to take away or something to celebrate. That's fine. What also happens is when you're at the other extreme of emotions and you are sad, you also want to take away to make yourself feel happy. So actually, if you're either sad or really happy, those are the times when you're most at risk at destroying, not necessarily destroying, but damaging the progress that you're making in terms of weight loss. So how do we start to counteract this? It's all about the support mechanisms you've got around you. Okay, so at that point you are vulnerable. You are, there's a lot in the media nowadays about mental health awareness. And I think in terms of diet, it's quite easy to get into a place where actually there's a little bit of an eating disorder almost. It's not your traditional bulimia or anorexia nervosa. It doesn't have to be as extreme as that to be a kind of disorder. So for example, okay, I'm going to let you into something that I did this week. Okay, and I think it's important to express that if you're going through something similar, I know that I can understand some of the feelings that you're going through. So this week, we're getting ready for holiday. And Gainer is in a lot of pain one evening. And then we end up going to the doctors. So she's up most of the night, hardly any sleep, either of us, although admittedly I fell asleep when she was in lots of pain. Okay, so I must have just been that wiped. I don't intend to, I normally want to try and stay up and help, obviously. Again, I know you're watching, so sorry. But we ended up going to hospital. Hospital lasted most of the day, as it normally does. It completely blew out any food plan. So we've been living by this structure. So it blew that out of the way. We're no longer able to stick to that. So we went a long period of time without eating anything at all. And then in the whole aftermath of that experience, the traumatic experience, the pain, you've got the boredom, you've got the frustration of waiting in hospital for hours on end with no answers, etc, etc, etc. I'm sure you've all been there. We then decided to order a Domino's. Okay, so when you order a Domino's, you all know how it goes. So you order a Domino's, you look at the offers, you see it's buy one, you get one for £1 or something daft like that if it's collection, and then you start adding your dips and you start adding that. Now, I didn't have any sides, okay, that's by the way, so it could have been worse. But we still had a large because it makes sense, because it's only like £1 more expensive or something. You know, these companies have you, when they get you, they have you buy, guys, they have you buy the nads, girls, they have you buy your proverbials as well. But so that ended up going down. In fairness, Gainer only ate half of hers, but I absolutely demolished mine, and I said, you know what, it's fine. I'm happy with the way I am. So fine, you know, one night, not going to hurt a thing. Back to it, back training the next day. You know, felt a little bit disappointed because I wasn't on complete track with the diet, which I had been for the last 7 weeks. But then the next day, so these thoughts start creeping into my head. So I went into the shop, I got myself a sugar-free drink. I got a couple of boiled eggs as a snack. Great little snack. Could probably make them at home, but I'm a little bit too lazy at the moment. So I got some boiled eggs. I also fancied chocolate. For the first time in 8 weeks, I fancied chocolate. So I grabbed a Boost bar. Boost and Double Decker, 2 of my favourite bars. But do you know what? I hadn't craved them for 7 or 8 weeks, but because of the pizza last night, I believe that is what let these cravings in. So I fancied one, so I grabbed one. And then, on the way to the till, I don't even know why I was looking at bread, but I saw that Warburton's did a fruit loaf. I bought the fruit loaf and ate the whole fruit loaf. Yeah, the whole thing. Started with a couple of slices, then I wanted more and more and more. And the worrying part was, the end of that loaf, I didn't even realise I was eating. Until I'd finished it, in the car, I didn't even take it home. And then I got this overwhelming feeling of being very sick. Now, it could have been the huge mass of food, or it could have just been the fact that I was so anxious at that point about how far I'd gone and ruined my diet that I didn't then know what to do. I started then trying to justify in my head that it was okay because I've got a holiday coming up. But it's not about the holiday. I let myself be vulnerable. I let myself do it. I enjoyed it. And you know what? There are worse things I could have binged on than Warburton's fruit loaf, as it goes. And I have done in the past. But I still did it. I still felt really disappointed. And I felt anxiety. From just eating something. It's absolutely crazy. It's crazy what we condition ourselves to do something. I conditioned myself over the last 7 weeks to really focus on what I'm doing and being strict and seeing the results. And then there was this little domino effect of events that was now leading me to have these feelings of overwhelming anxiety. And that's carried on over the last couple of days. Not the feelings of anxiety necessarily, but I brought myself to a realisation of, well, actually, I'm not in the right frame of mind to do the whole diet anymore. I am still sticking by 6 meals per day, as I was before. And do you know what? 4 or 5 of them are still the same meal, so I'm not too far off, but I'm on more calories than I was before. Okay, so I'm now maintaining my weight. I've even put a couple of pounds on in the last week or so. That's fine. I've come to realise that's the effect of it. If you're going to binge and things like that, if you're going to have these little slips, then it's just going to impact. It's just realising and knowing the impact in advance, and then dealing with it afterwards, because then there is cause, effect and consequence, but you're aware of that, and it's about education. I've always said diet is about education. If you're not learning from what you're doing, why do it? Don't let the control be under somebody else. Learn why things are working so that you can take control of it. So to be fair, and I appreciate this, you know, thank you if you're still watching at this point, because I appreciate this isn't, it's not the best of listening. I just wanted to open up about it because it really has got to me, and I do want, it's easy on Facebook to look like you live a perfect life and to look like everything's okay. And actually, if it's not, it's important to reach out to somebody. If you've got good friends that you can reach out to, if you don't feel like you can do that, if you don't feel like you can reach out to family, please feel free to send me a message for an unbiased opinion. Not even an opinion, just support, whether it's a, hey, I'm listening, or whether you actually want some, you know, advice or some input from me. Just, you know, just take as long as you need to, you know, reach out, send me a message, because I wouldn't want to feel alone in that situation. So I know you wouldn't want to feel alone in that situation. Now I know that I've got to rein this in now. I'm going to go on holiday, I'm going to truly relax, and my next challenge is actually to switch off and just relax on holiday and not be in work mode. So that's my challenge. So I know when I set a challenge, I like to run at the challenge head on. Okay, so that's going to be the next thing to keep me focused. Now, the title of this video is addiction. I did ask a question earlier about an addictive personality. So there are some traits of an addictive personality that can be really useful. So I have an addictive personality, which is why when I'm on a diet or when I'm on a plan or I've got a structure, I am addicted to that structure. So it can be really, really positive. It just needs to be directed in that way. However, there is also the other side of it, where if it's something that's not particularly positive or constructive, and you do get addicted and you want to do it more and more and more, then we just need to be careful of that. Which is where overeating comes in. Habitual overeating being the main concern. So that is why, just coming back in full circle, I've always said to educate yourself. You know, even if you're just taking advice from somebody else, even if you know what you're doing, you know it works, take advice or just talk to somebody else about what you're doing, get their input as well. Let's teach each other little things, little hints and tips. This is why I created this community, this group, because I want everybody to share their experiences, to open up. So you might be the kind of person that just wants to take some inspiration from it. You might just want to, you might be a person that likes to give. So, you know, let's give some ideas, let's give some inspiration, let's show, you know, the work that you're doing every day, the exercise, the diet, the training. We've got some wicked people in the group, a real variety of people as well. And I said that's why I created this, so that we can share these experiences together. So I just wanted to let all that out. Appreciate if you're still watching this. I am going away on Sunday, so I won't be physically here. I'm going to try and schedule some posts so that I can send them out automatically during the week. So do reply, and I'll do my best to reply when I come back, although I'll be playing some catch up. But enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Coming up to the weekend, you know, keep doing with the good work that you're doing. If you do slip up, it's okay. You're only human. Just know that depending on how big the slip, you know, how much your progress is in jeopardy. Okay, but the right diet will have contingencies. You know, they'll have a certain amount of spare calories in there just to, you know, just to allow, you know, that kind of slip up or mistake. Okay. Cheers, James. I'll try and have a good holiday, buddy. I think it's been a long time, and thank you all for your support ongoing as well. And I will let you get on with your day. So feel free, please leave me some comments. I'd love to know your thoughts. If you want to message me off the group, that's fine. If you want to just have a chat with it below the video, let's have a chat. Let's talk about your experiences, and let's support each other. All right. Peace. Have a good Thursday. See you later.